In a nondescript office building in Lower Manhattan, there is a computer server that does something more important than every stock trade on Wall Street combined. It doesn't trade Bitcoin. It doesn't manage hedge funds. It just move number from one column to another. If that server stop for 60 seconds, the gas station down the street from your house run out of fuel within 3 days. The grocery store shelf go empty in 5. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's just how the plumbing works. Most people think of the global economy as a marketplace of ideas and products. They think it's about iPhone, oil, and grain. But that is just the cargo. We are going to talk about the pipe. Because right now, the pipe are leaking, they're rusted through, and the people in charge are just hoping nobody notice. Welcome to the repo market. It is the most important financial system you've never heard of. It is the secret plumbing of the world. And it's broken. To understand why this matters, you have to stop thinking of money as a thing you own and start thinking of it as a thing you rent. Every single day, banks and big companies need massive amount of cash just to keep the lights on. They don't keep this cash in a vault. That would be inefficient. Instead, they borrow it overnight. Imagine you're a giant bank. You have $5 billion worth of government bonds, but you need $1 billion in cash by tomorrow morning to pay your bill. You go to another bank and say, hold on to my bond for 12 hours. Give me the $1 billion. Tomorrow, I'll buy the bond back for a tiny bit more than $1 billion. That is a repurchase agreement. A repo. It's a pawn shop for billionaires. It sounds boring. It sounds like accounting. But this daily pawn shop is the only reason the global economy function. It's where about $4 trillion change on every single night. If this system pause, the entire assembly of modern civilization grind to a halt. In 2019, something happened that shouldn't have been possible. The plumbing backed up. Usually, the interest rate to borrow this overnight cash is very low, maybe 2%. But one Tuesday afternoon in September, for no obvious reason, the rate spiked to 10%. Imagine going to a pawn shop to hook a gold watch for $100, and the guy behind the counter tell you it'll cost you $20 to get it back tomorrow morning. You'd walk out. But the banks couldn't walk out. They needed the cash. The Federal Reserve had to step in and pump hundreds of billions of dollars into this pipe just to stop the system from seizing up. They called it a technical glitch. They said it was just a temporary imbalance. They lied. Or, more accurately, they described the symptom because they were terrified of the disease. The disease is that we have run out of pristine collateral. In the world of the repo market, cash isn't the most valuable thing. Government bonds are. Specifically, US Treasuries. They are the gold standard of collateral. But because the world has become so addicted to debt, there aren't enough clean bonds to go around. So, the banks started doing something clever and dangerous. They started rehypothecating. That is a fancy word for using the same piece of collateral to back 5 different loans at the same time. It's a game of musical share where one share is being claimed by 6 different people. As long as the music keeps playing, it's fine. But if one person tries to sit down, if one major bank actually demand their collateral back, the whole thing reveals itself a hall of mirror. We are told that the economy is back on track. We are told that inflation is being managed and the soft landing is coming. But look at the plumbing. The Federal Reserve is now the only reason the repo market still function. They have become the dealer of last resort. This is the irony of modern finance. We claim to live in a free market capitalistic society. But the very core of our monetary system, the pip that moves the blood, is now entirely socialized. It cannot survive a single day without a government 4 drip. Why does this matter to you? the person who just want to pay their rent and buy grocery? Because when the plumbing is this fragile, the people running it only have one tool to fix a leak, they print more money. But they aren't printing wells. They are just tinning the soup. Every time the repo market hiccup and the Fed step in, your labor become a little bit less valuable. Your savings buy a little bit less. You are paying for the repair of a system you didn't break and don't even participate in. The scary part isn't that the system is complex. The scary part is that the complexity is a shield. It prevents us from asking the simple question, if the system is so robust, why does it require a multi-billion-dollar bailout every time a Tuesday happens to be a little bit too busy? The pipes are still leaking. The rust is getting worse. And the people in the non-script office building are just praying the music doesn't stop on their watch. We've built a skyscraper on top of a swamp, and we're pretending the foundation is solid because the Panto's view is nice. But eventually, the weight of the building always finds the crack in the plumbing. If the world's most secure financial system rely only about how many times you can land the same dollar, is it really a system at all? Or is it just a very long, very expensive delay of the inevitable? Think about that the next time you tap your card at the grocery store. The transaction takes 3 seconds. But the journey that money took to get there is a story of a system that is held together by Scotch tape and a hope that you never look down. Would you like me to develop a full storyboard or visual asset list for this script to help with production?